Hello, Steve Arts 89 or Trek Boy 89. I guess this should be a Star Trek video. Okay, so does anyone want Paramount? Paramount was they're apparently in talks to be bought by or merge with Warner Brothers, and then they were in exclusive talks with Skydance. That was like a 30-day thing. And during that period, Sony came up and sort of knocked on the door and said, hey, we'll give you $26 billion for the whole thing. And then the exclusive period with Skydance ended, and nothing seems to have happened since. And I think people are just speculating, but somebody by the name of David Faber from CNBC is saying that Sony sort of isn't interested anymore. Now, some people are speculating that, well, because Warner Brothers, ducked out, and because Skydance didn't, I don't know if, I just don't think they offered enough for Paramount to accept, I think is what happened there. They didn't close the deal. That now no one wants Paramount, so now Sony's sitting back like, well, now, how much, can we get you for now? And I don't really see any proof of that, but I guess it makes sense on some level. I mean, obviously, if they were letting them know, hey, don't quite sell to these guys right now because, we're interested, but now they're gone. It's like, well, we're the only sort of, game in town, so, what can we get out of it now? So I can understand why they'd think that, and I can understand why they would play it that way. But I don't know. We don't really know what's happening in the boardroom. I mean, Sherry Radstone doesn't want to break up the company. Sony does. I think Warner Brothers did as well. There's different options. You buy the whole thing, keep it together. You buy the whole thing, you split it up. Or you buy just Sherry's shares, which benefits her. She makes a lot of money, but none of the other shareholders do. And there was a lot of criticism of how they were sort of, only making decisions and plans that would benefit the stockholders that hold, really expensive high numbers of stock like Sherry Redstone. So it's also been sort of seen negatively. So I don't know what's happening, but I just want someone to buy Star Trek and Paramount and buy Star Trek and shake it up and get rid of Kurtzman and move some people in who actually understand what Star Trek is, which is a story about an optimistic future, not a contemporary political drama where it's just all about all the problems we have today with no hiding it. We're just being literal and just being current day just to appeal to people and bring Star Trek down. Because Star Trek, was smart. Star Trek was about something. Star Trek was complicated. Star Trek worked on different levels, and it was accessible for everyone. It was a humanist thing. It wasn't just a left-sided political thing. And I'm on the left, but the original Star Trek showed both sides of everything. So you could come at Star Trek from being from the right and not be triggered or attacked and look at the story and enjoy it and learn something from it. It opened people's minds. It opened people's hearts. It was a brilliant thing. It was a phenomenon. And now it's just a bunch of, diverse people, which is good, basically just waffling around talking about contemporary things with no real attempt to hide it from anything, and just having an annual MacGuffin hunt, or some villain they have to beat every year on the show, and they just have each episode's a chapter of that, and it's boring and predictable because we know what's happening next week because we know what the overall story is. We don't sort of get our own sort of stories and our own sort of, they sort of try and have their side stories, but it always ends up being but this is not a Star Trek video. But I just want someone to buy Paramount so we can get some new blood in to look at Star Trek and look at what's not working, what is working. Very few things work on New Trek. Diversity, that's about it. Diversity and representation is the only thing they've got. That's why they always go on about it, because it's the only thing they've got going for them. But I only care about who's buying. No, that's not true. I remember when 20th Century Fox was bought by Disney and they just pulled it all apart. It was just gone. I'm like, 20th Century Fox is gone? And now they still have a section of them called 20th Century Studios, which is what it was before Fox bought into it. But I was like post-Fox. I always thought of it as 20th Century Fox. I never saw it as 20th Century anything else. I don't want to see Paramount go. I love Paramount. Paramount produced Star Trek. Paramount produced Friday the 13th. I've always loved seeing that Paramount symbol at the start of any film. And it would be really upsetting if it was broken up and gone, and they'd be losing something. And there's also the lot, because Sony doesn't need a studio, but Paramount has this giant lot with all this history. The idea of that being sold and broken off and not being used as a studio is just heartbreaking. So I do want Star Trek to be fixed, but I want Paramount to stay whole. I want there to be a Paramount in the future. I still can't even process that some studios are gone. In my head, the films still have the logos at the start when I watch them. I just watched all the Star Wars films. They all said 20th Century Fox. I'm just pretending they're still here because they are in my library. They still exist. But I've been waffling on. I've gone way off track. But I think people are doing a lot of speculation. I don't think anyone actually knows. There's a big story, so if there's no news, they're going to make it up, I guess, or analyze the hell out of what they already know. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the whole Paramount thing. Are they in as big a trouble as people are saying? I don't know.